Welcome to the new GAN Distributors Parts Order Management System. When you log into the system, on the left-hand side, you'll see a menu of the modules to which you have access. And on the right-hand side, you'll see a desktop, which gives you an icon for order management. You should be able to do everything you need to do to interact with GAN distributors through the order management icon. When you enter order management, you'll see a list of all your outstanding orders with the latest order at the top of the screen. When you click on an order, on the right-hand side of the screen, you will see the detail of that order. So at the top, we have the header details, which shows you the WIP number created and the date created. We have your account number for your dealer code. If you've given us a customer order number, it'll display here. You'll see your discount category and so on. You can then look at customer details, which in this case is your dealer account. On the delivery page, we have routes, which may come into play later. And then you have a history of all the documents relating to that order. So you'll be able to see your delivery note number, your invoice number, and so on as you go forward. We have a notes page, which allows you to enter notes on the order header when you send it to us. And those notes will be shown to the pickers before they start to pick. So for example, if you were looking to collect those goods, we would see that on the pick note and we would direct it to our collections area. In terms of the detail of the WIP itself, you see a summary of the lines at different statuses. You can click on that status and then display all of the relevant parts related to that status. At the bottom part of the screen, you'll see the pick details. So this again is giving you an update on our picking status. So this order is currently being picked in our warehouse. If we look at some other orders, for example, this one here is a pack complete. So we have picked it and packed it and it's ready for dispatch today. You'll notice too that when you look at the color coding, it is possible for a WIP to have lines at multiple statuses. So in this case, we have some back orders outstanding on this WIP, and we have some lines which are already discarded and dispatched. If you click on that, on the right-hand side, you'll see a summary of the WIP. If you click on the outstanding lines, it'll show you the outstanding lines. You'll also note that we have placed this on a purchase order, so it has been sent to our supplier, and it is due for delivery, so it's on the way to us. You can sort your orders and back orders by clicking these little subheadings at the top. So if I click that, I can see all my outstanding back orders here in one screen. In terms of further detail, you see your account code, your name. If you've given us a reference in the order reference field on the WIP header, then you'll see the reference here. You see the date created, the number of lines, the number of pieces, and the value of the order. You can also search. So you can search the order bank. We default to a number of days history, but you can go back as far as you wish. And you can also search for an order reference. If you want to see closed orders, so orders that we've already picked, packed, dispatched, and invoiced, you can untick this box, and when you search, you'll then see a list of orders refreshed to show you all of the outstanding orders. You'll now see some of these orders have come up as red, which means these are the orders that we have previously sent you. And again, you can go to the history page and you can see the documents relating to those orders, the document numbers for the delivery note and the invoice number itself. And these can be retrieved from the extranet in terms of PDF copies. If you want to do a quick find, so if you want to look for a specific order number, then you can do a quick find and simply enter an order number 19103, for example. And when you tab, the screen will then refresh with just that order. And you can drill into the details behind the order. Again, if you want to search for a particular reference, you can enter the reference here. If we just search for everything, the screen will refresh with all of your outstanding orders again. So if we were to look for a reference REG123, which was on the order, you can enter that in here. And the system will then search for that reference in the order bank. Here we have the one order that you've search for by reference. If you want to create a new WIP, you select New, and then the system will prompt you with the WIP screen and request you to enter the relevant parts required. The part number, for example, 4249J6, if we enter that directly in, we don't need any franchise code or brand code. You can enter the part number and the system will then display a default quantity, which is the minimum quantity that we supply for that part. You can enter references at this point, but for the moment we'll just save that part to the WIP. If you save the WIP, it gives you an order number, and that order number is then refreshed automatically to your order management screen. So here we see that this order has been placed at Gown Distributors. It's already been sent to a scanner. It is now available for pick. If you want to look up some parts detail and display the stock record, you can right-click on any line on any order, and if you wish to display the part as specifically selected, then you can select Stock Inquiry with the part number. This will show you the movement page and all previous purchases of that part relating to your dealership. It'll also show you any outstanding back orders, any text, and the detail of the part itself, so any supersession information, the description, quantity available in free stock, the retail price, the minimum order quantity, and the discount code relating to that part. We also show you the family code relating to that part. If you wish to search for a stock record or inquire in a stock record which is not associated to a WIP, then you can just select this and enter the part number. And here you'll see the information relating to this part number in a similar way. So we have the movement tab, we have the overview tab, we have outstanding back orders, and so on. You can also do a price inquiry and a stock availability inquiry on any part in the system. And this includes both the master price file held by the Gown Distributors and also everything that we have in stock. So if we enter a part number as such and select it, you then get a display of the part number you entered, the part number in our price file in its description, the part number in our stock file in its description, the retail price, the discount code, and the percentage relevant to that discount code. It also shows you the fact that we issue this in packs of 10, and it shows you the free stock available. And this is available for every part in the master price file from our OEMs, and that's irrespective of whether we have the part in stock or not. If the part is not in stock, you'll see that the part is in the master file, and you now have the ability to request to create that part when you're entering an order. So if we do a new WIP, and again, let's for example put a reference on it, and then enter a part number which is not available in our stock, the system will now allow you to create this part from our master price file so that we can order it on your behalf and bring it to stock to supply it. When you create it, again, it prompts you for the quantity required. You say OK, and then you'll be prompted for an order request because we don't have any of that part available in our current stock. The message that says the price is lower than cost you can ignore. We'll have a cost price when we receive that part from the supplier. So now that part is placed, and the status of that is on back order, status V. And if we save the WIP, that part will now be ordered on your behalf. If we look back at order management, you'll see that the WIP has been created and the part is on back order. Currently it's unordered. That'll be picked up this afternoon in our process and sent to the OEMs, and you'll then see a purchase order number relating to that part. If you wish to order a part which we consider a coded part, then when you enter the part number, The system will prompt you, if you try to request a quantity of this part, it will prompt you for a valid VIN. So it's reminding you that we need a VIN number relating to this part so that when we are receiving the part, we can validate that the right part for the right VIN is being supplied to you. To do this, you go to References, and on the chassis number prompt, we ask you to enter the VIN number, and this needs to be a valid VIN number, which we validate against our vehicle database in the background. Once that's in place, you should be able to save this. In this case, it's saying we need to back order it. Order request, it's now set at status V for back order, and we have the VIN number captured inside of the order. When you save the WIP, again, you will see the detail appearing here in the order management screen. And again, the WIP is unordered, and that will be sent to our suppliers later today. Some other features which you'll notice when you're entering WIPs, if we enter a part number G1109AL, you'll see that this is supplied in a quantity of 10. If we say OK to that, enter another part number AY. In this case, you'll see this part has a supersession on our system. And what the system will do is display a list of all the parts in the supersession chain, and where there is stock available, it will land on the appropriate part. We always ask you to order the latest part or the latest part with stock available. We say OK to this. Again, we can place this on back order for you. While you're in the WIP, you can select the part to see the detail relating to that part. As we saw before, your movement screen will show you the history of purchases of that part. You'll see any outstanding back orders and so on. It's also possible at this stage to delete a part if you decide that you no longer want to place the order for that part. So you double click on the order status, and then you can select the delete button, and that will set that line to be deleted. And then when you save your WIP, you'll see that part was on the order, but you deleted it. So if we select the WIP, you'll see the status here of deleted and parts available, and the order you placed. When creating a WIP where, for example, you want to collect the part, you can enter the part details as before, and in the order header, if you put notes, these notes will be saved to the WIP, and they will appear for our pickers when they're picking the part, so they can direct the part to a collections area, for example. And if you put notes on a WIP, you'll notice an asterisk in this field here, and when you select that and look at the notes, you'll see the message that you've given us in terms of the notes that are saved on the WIP. Another useful reporting feature is to be able to view all outstanding back orders in a list. So as the order management screen allows you to see all the WIPs that are on back order by selecting this column at the top, you can also go to reports and run a dealer back orders report, and this will show you all your outstanding back orders and the associated WIP numbers in our system.